And there they go. Lost in the fog. He broke very alertly. He contests the pace of Salute and Dance Thief. Hot Tizzy runs with them. Kern establishes the 5th spot. Then go to Irish Immigrant, Olympic Miler, and Seawolf. Lost in the fog. He has the lead to himself, and he opens up to about a length and a half advantage from Dance Thief. He's going to get to the rail before the 3/8. Irish Immigrants on the attack all the way up into 2nd. Hot Tizzy is 4th. Salute was in a little tight. He shuffled back. Then we go further in front of him, actually, is Olympic Miler with Seawolf, and Kearns one from the rail. Lost in the fog's the leader at the quarter pole. Irish Immigrants within a length. It's 3.5 back to Dance Thief under the whip. Then we go to Hot Tizzy. Lost in the fog begins to pour it on before the 8th pole. Here's an impressive 2-year-old to keep an eye on. Lost in the fog. Look at him strengthen his stride and open up before the 16th. And second is Irish Immigrant. Further back is Dance Thief with Hot Tizzy and Olympic Miler. But Lost in the fog, remember his name. It's a very impressive debut.
Off and running in the Arizona Juvenile. Fast start for Run Nicholas Run and Bucks Wine, flashing good speed. There goes Lost in the Fog. Quickly to take the lead from the outside. Walker's up into the 3rd spot now. Lead for speed for Scotts Bluff, a close-up 5th along the inside. Deadly Talons is 5 lengths off the pace, followed by Total Wager now. Then Forever Foxy, a gap of 4. Back to 2 Cool. The trailer is Bucks Wine. Up the backside through the opening quarter in 21-4. Quick fractions on. It's Walker and Mick Ruiz by a neck. Pressed by Russell Bays and Lost in the Fog right there. They're stride for stride by 2. Scotts Bluff is under a ride in 3rd. Lead for speed at close-up 4th now. Run Nicholas Run racing 5th. Total Wager next by a half to Forever Foxy 5. Back to 2 Cool, and behind that comes Bucks Wine. And at the back of the pack, Deadly Talons trails as they wind around the turn. To the top of the stretch they come. Lost in the Fog is taking the lead now. Walker tries to counter, 2nd by 5. Whips out on lead for speed in 3rd. Scotts Bluff up the inside, races 4th and Forever Foxy, but off the turn. It's all Lost in the Fog. Lost in the Fog accelerates away to lead by 5-6 with a furlong to go. Here comes lead for speed on the outside to pick up pieces for 2nd. Walker's in 3rd, but Lost in the Fog ran them off their feet. Lost in the Fog, razor sharp to win the Arizona Juvenile.
And they're off. Primitive Band breaking sharply for that lead. Packy comes away quickly. Cruel Intentions on the inside. On the far outside. Run through the sun. And there goes Lost in the Fog. Lost in the Fog, though, but he'll be surrounded by challengers early. Lost in the Fog is there with a short lead. Down toward the inside, Lost in the Fog, a narrow lead. Sees the day on the far outside. In between those two, Bushwhacker battles on while 3rd. Lucky Frolic is 4th toward the inside. Cruel Intentions back running in 5th. Primitive Band is racing in 6th. Packy is backing up now in 7th. Sees the day down toward the inside. Followed by Santana Strings. BB Best trails the field. After a sharp quarter there, they went in 22 seconds flat. They're rolling right along. And Lost in the Fog is opening up. Lost in the Fog now opens up 3 lengths with a quarter mile to go. Run through the sun on the outside, now running 2nd. Lucky Frolic comes through on the rail under a heavy drop 3rd. Santana Strings is picking up late with 1 furlong to go. The whip is out on Lost in the Fog, but it's a 3-length lead as they come down to the finish. Lucky Frolic on the inside, on the outside, Santana Strings with the final try, but Lost in the Fog wins in the sunshine. A clear-cut and decisive victory it was by 4 lengths over Santana.
Best start for Lost in the Fog, and he jackrabbits away. More Smoke right alongside now in 2nd, and More Smoke is going to outsprint Lost in the Fog early. Lost in the Fog broke right on type, but now More Smoke is 2 lengths in front. Lost in the Fog now 2nd, then comes around the Cape, Straight Line and United. What's Up Dude and Santana Strings are next. Then Evil Minister and Port Town, and the trailer is Up Like Thunder, and the leader is More Smoke. And More Smoke is very fast up the backstretch in the Swale Stakes. Lost in the Fog will sit 2nd today, and he's willing for Russell Bays. He's 2.5 lengths from More Smoke. Around the Cape is at the rail in 3rd. Santana Strings is 4th and 4 from the front. Straight Line, United, and What's Up Dude all have 6 lengths to run. Then comes Up Like Thunder to the outside. Port Town is 2nd to last. And the trailer is Evil Minister, and here comes Lost in the Fog to challenge More Smoke. It is More Smoke at the quarter-mile marker, just ahead in front of Lost in the Fog, who's on the attack, and Lost in the Fog puts his head in front. Around the Cape is 3rd, and he's 2.5 from Lost in the Fog. Then Santana Strings, and they run to the final furlong. Lost in the Fog, and Russell Bays now open up. He is 2.5 lengths in front of Around the Cape. More Smoke and Santana Strings, and Lost in the Fog comes to the final 16th. The Swale Stakes field is left in the wake of Lost in the Fog. He won it by 5, and the road to Kentucky's a lot clearer now. Lost in the Fog wins the 20th Swale Stakes. Around the...
And they're off. Good beginning for Lost in the Fog, and they're going right for the lead. They've got it, 50 yards out. Lost in the Fog to the front. Big Top Cat between horses. Lieutenant Dan's on the outside. A break of 4 to White Sox, and down toward the inside, Benjamin Baby, and a break of another 3 back to the trailer, Soldier's Charge. Racing up the backstretch, and it's Lost in the Fog. No real pressure from Big Top Cat, who's right alongside. Lost in the Fog is the leader through a quarter in 22 3/5 seconds. Big Top Cat alongside, second by 2. Lieutenant Dan's races in third. Benjamin Baby is fourth, followed by White Sox, and the trailer is Soldier's Charge. Into the far turn, Russell Bays has been looking about for competition, and Big Top Cat's the closest thing to him yet. Now he's coming to his neck, and now he's asked for a bit more, and Lost in the Fog holds a narrow advantage. He got a half in 45 1/5 seconds. Lost in the Fog in front. Big Top Cat took a good run at him on the far turn. Lieutenant Dan's is third. The field turns for home. Lost in the Fog, he's working now. Lost in the Fog by 3/4 of a length. Big Top Cat alongside second, but Lost in the Fog is prevailing now at the 8th pole. A tap or 2 for Lost in the Fog, and he shakes loose from Big Top Cat. White Sox coming up the inside, and Lieutenant Dan's. And they're coming down to the finish, and it will be Lost in the Fog. And here comes White Sox to be second. Lost in the Fog wins at the end by about 3.5 lengths.
Racing. Lost in the Fog anticipates the start beautifully. He has his head in front. Windwater coming through along the inside, and Olympic Miler's going to be the trailer. Lost in the Fog with the lead at the 5/8 pole. Almost a length from Windwater, who's in no particular hurry to get up alongside. In fact, Lost in the Fog's going to be about a length and a half in front going to the half mile from Windwater, and a half length to Olympic Miler, who's not too far away at this early juncture. Lost in the Fog leading them into the turn to the 3/8 pole under a snug hold by 2 1/4 lengths from Windwater, who's being joined on the outside by Olympic Miler. It's Lost in the Fog at the 5/16 pole by 3. The other pair in tandem. Olympic Miler on the outside of Windwater, but at the top of the stretch, Lost in the Fog increases his advantage to 6 lengths, and Bays hasn't breathed on him. Lost in the Fog in clinic mode coming towards the 8th pole, now 8 lengths in front of Windwater, and 4 lengths further back comes Olympic Miler. But Lost in the Fog with his ears cocked is going to score by 10 lengths in another dynamic display.
And they're off. Tiny Morrow breaks well, and so too does Lost in the Fog. Lost in the Fog is right there, Egghead with him on the outside. They're split by Middle Earth and Going Wild right up there in the early mix. So it's a wild early battle here. Going Wild, Lost in the Fog, and Middle Earth on the outside. Lost in the Fog now takes the lead. Going Wild is second, Lost in the Fog is third by 2. Egghead runs in fourth. Survivalist is fifth. Warplan sixth toward the inside. Tony Morrow, Proud Accolade trails the field. Lost in the Fog drove that quarter in 22 1. Hounded all the way by Going Wild and Middle Earth. 2.5 lengths back. Egghead has now asked for a bit more. He's still about 4.5 lengths behind as they round the far turn. Lost in the Fog under intense pressure here with 3 furlongs to go. Going Wild is already under the whip. Middle Earth and Egghead begins to roll. Lost in the Fog got a brilliant half there in 44 2, but Lost in the Fog is coming under a strong challenge from Middle Earth. Egghead swings into action on the outside. Lost in the Fog really tested today like he's never been tested before. Middle Earth. And on the outside, here's Egghead. Lost in the Fog is still there. Egghead full out. He's got 100 yards to catch him. Lost in the Fog, undefeated, and it'll stay that way. Lost in the Fog showed his heart today. His speed got him to mid-stretch, but his heart got him the rest of the way.
And they're off in the carry back, and Lost in the Fog broke beautifully from gate 5 and quickly heads right out for the lead. Hot Space moves well to his inside. Crawfish King settles down in third, just 2 lengths off the pace. Then it's Chin Chin on his outside. Cure-All is second last. Trailer is Dazzling Dr. 7 as the 6-pack moves up the backstretch in the Grade 2 carry back stakes, and it's the big favorite Lost in the Fog out where he likes to be. Lost in the Fog just in front, 3 parts of a length as Crawfish King inches closer from the outside. Hot Space has dropped back a bit in third. He's down on the rail as they go into the turn. He's only about 2 lengths off the lead. In behind them, we have Chin Chin and Cure All. Dazzling Dr. 7 losing ground now. He has got 8 lengths to make up on Lost in the Fog as they make their way around the turn. Russell Bay's as still as a statue with a quarter mile to go, and Lost in the Fog is the one to catch. Crawfish King now going to take a run at him. Hot Space is hard ridden, but they're all losing ground now to Lost in the Fog. Russell Bay's going to work on him now, and he kicks away. Lost in the Fog opening up with each and every stride, and he's going to have a 7-length lead at the 16th pole. Lost in the Fog as advertised in the Carry Back Stakes. He's going to win it easily by about 6.
And they're off. Lost in the Fog comes out there quickly to the lead as Lost in the Fog. And the Daddy runs second, Fusa H Rockstar third toward the inside. Santana Strings has come away running in fourth, better than Bonds fifth on the outside. Storm Surge is sixth. He's about 9 lengths from the lead today. A break of another 4. Back to Social Probation. Down the backstretch. Lost in the Fog. Drilled a quarter in 22 seconds flat. Pressed by Fusa Ichi Rockstar. The Daddy not far behind in third. 3 lengths back, Santana Strings is under a ride at the half-mile pole. He's fourth. Better than Bonds. Storm Surge now beginning to pick it up down toward the inside. It's 7 lengths back now to Social Probation. As Lost in the Fog rolls along on that lead through a half in 44 3/5 seconds. And now he's letting it out a notch. Now he's opening up with the quarter pole to a 3-length lead as the field turns for home. The Daddy left reeling back in second. Storm Surge is coming up the inside now. Then Santana Strings. And way out in the middle of the track is Social Probation. And now they're entering the final furlong here. It's an undefeated Lost in the Fog with a 3.5-length lead. The Daddy is game. Social Probation closing ground on the outside. But they're coming down to the finish. And another brilliant sprinting performance by 9 for 9, Lost in the Fog.
And there they go, and Lost in the Fog broke very alertly, and he has the lead through the early stages. He builds up a 1.5 advantage. Chasing from second is Halo Cat with No Derby. Jeffries Bay will come from off the pace, joined by Seattle's Best Joe. So it's Lost in the Fog as expected. He makes the pace all alone on the front end by a 1.5. No Derby is following along with Halo Cat. Seattle's Best Joe is into the 4th spot, 4 from the leader as they get closer to the 3/8. And Jeffries Bay is the trailer. He has 6 lengths to make up on the undefeated Lost in the Fog. 3 furlongs from home, and Lost in the Fog is in hand. He's on cruise control, and it's all Lost in the Fog near the quarter pole. He builds up a 3-length advantage from Halo Cat. Seattle's Best Joe is third. No Derby is spent, and Jeffries Bay is out of the back spot, top of the lane in the Bay Meadows Speed Handicap. And it's Lost in the Fog. He's all over this group. He approaches the final furlong in complete command. Halo Cat can only watch him run away. So it's Lost in the Fog. He will remain undefeated. A perfect 10 for 10. But still, one more victory is required to silence the skeptics and prove to everyone that he's the best sprinter in the world. It's Lost in the Fog. He rolls in the Bay Meadows Speed Handicap.
Guide your stars in the starting gate for the Breeders' Cup Sprint of 2005. Ready for the start, and they're off. And it is Attila Storm who breaks quickly. Attila Storm in Battle 1, Lost in the Fog. Wildcat Air right there in the mix of it in the early going. On the far outside, Elusive Jazz. Silver Train is now 6 toward the rail. 3 lengths back. Guide your stars now 7th on the outside. Taste of Paradise 8th toward the rail. Lifestyle near the back. Lion Tamer and Imperialism. 15 lengths from a battle up front, and a torrid battle it was. 22 flat. It's Attila Storm, Battle 1, and Lost in the Fog makes his move. There goes Lost in the Fog on the outside. 3 furlongs from the line, he got the lead. Wildcat Air fights on in between horses. Silver Train is 5th. Elusive Jazz 6th on the outside. And Taste of Paradise, Imperialism left with a lot to do. 10 lengths behind. And as they enter the stretch, it's the undefeated Lost in the Fog in front. But Attila Storm is battling him all the way down to the final furlong. Taste of Paradise trying to come on through, and he got stopped. Silver Train comes on the outside. Silver Train in front. Lost in the Fog will be defeated. Taste of Paradise trying to get on track again. Here he comes. Boldly run. Silver Train and Taste of Paradise photo. Silver Train and Taste of Paradise very close down to the line. Close for third as well. Attila Storm and Lion Tamer. But I can tell you what, it did look like Silver Train got that victory.
However, there may be a claim of foul here, as it appeared to me, from my point of view, that Silver Train may have closed that run for Taste of Paradise. But we'll see.
Racing. Carthage on the inside with Lost in the Fog begin in unison, and they quickly move a length and a half clear of Elegant Ice with 23 Jaybird trailing. There's nothing between Lost in the Fog and Carthage passing the 5/8 pole. In third position, 2 lengths away is Elegant Ice and another couple of lengths to 23 Jaybird. Still not a split inch between Carthage and Lost in the Fog as they pair up along the back stretch. They lead by 2.5 lengths over Elegant Ice, the one-time winner, resuming off a long layoff, and 23 Jaybird brings up the rear. Lost in the Fog on the outside of Carthage. They duel around the turn. Carthage is now ahead in front of Lost in the Fog, with Elegant Ice running a useful race just a length and a half away. And after 7 comes 23 Jaybird. Carthage has slipped away from Lost in the Fog. Carthage at the 3/16 by 2.5 lengths. Lost in the Fog under a left-handed whip is labouring. Elegant Ice a length and a half away, but it's Carthage coming to the 16th pole by 4 lengths. Lost in the Fog, unable to match him, coming back off the layoff. Certainly there are bigger fish to fry down the road, but Carthage, much too good for him today, wins by...
Off and running in the Aristides. Lost in the Fog, broke like a shot and heads out to take the lead, but joined by Exciting Metro, hustled out up the inside. Exciting Metro gets a neck in front. Lost in the Fog will stalk from second. Cougar Cat settling down, inching over the rail third. Kelly's Landing fourth, a length and a half to level playing field in the gray Pro Prado. At the back of the pack is 8 lengths off the pace up the backside. Exciting Metro and Renee Douglas opens up a length and a half. Lost in the Fog in hand and eyes glued on him in second now. Cougar Cat third up the inside. Kelly's Landing moving up into it, and behind that comes Pro Prado at the back with level playing field quarter. Moderate 22 seconds flat. There goes Lost in the Fog, gets the cue from Russell Bays to go and takes off on the turn. Now the top of the lane, Lost in the Fog, opening up by a length and a half. The challenge coming from Kelly's Landing on the outside as they straighten away in the stretch drive. Half mile and 45 flat. Lost in the Fog, shaken up now by Russell Bays, a length in front. Kelly's Landing taking a crack at him, but not going by at the moment. Final furlong, Lost in the Fog digs in gamely. Lost in the Fog, a length in front of Kelly's Landing. Lost in the Fog, Kelly's Landing on the outside driving, can't get to him. Lost in the Fog, the champ is back in the Aristides, wins by a length and a quarter over